I think that they're going to get an unexpected ride. I think that they're going to find that because I was so open to working with new people and trying different things, they're going to feel the joy and the excitement. Before I made the record, my musical director, Alan Chang, he said to me, "Hey, Mike, you've made records for 20 years. You sold a lot of records. People like the records." I said, "Thanks, Alan." He said, "Wouldn't it be interesting to not hold it so close and not to micromanage and to let these people help you so that it's a fresh sound for the audience?" And it hurt my feelings a little bit because I felt, well, you know, what are you saying? It's my style or but I let myself go and I put it into the hands of some of the greatest musicians in the universe. And honestly, it was, I think it's the best thing I could ever do, because it didn't just breathe new life and fresh life into the style or my music. It made it fresh for me. And you guys, you have heard nothing yet. I'm not kidding you. I mean, you got played a bit of 3 songs, and those are great songs, but there is so much more on this record, and I could talk to you all day about it, but the proof will be in the pudding, and I promise you, you are going to be surprised with the texture and the greatness. I was ambitious, probably overly ambitious, and I don't know how, I don't know why, but the concepts met execution, and it just worked. And I'm going to try as best I can to live in the moment and to enjoy this ride, because I may never be able to do better than this. They're all special. I promise you, not one note that has ever left my lips I have ever just given away without thinking or worrying or being passionate. They're all important. They're all my babies. The pandemic, in a strange way, made it a little easier for me to connect with people, because people were willing to do Zooms, and all of a sudden I was being introduced to people I'd never worked with before. And you know, it was easy for them. Instead of setting up a thing and you fly to LA or we take off to London, no, let's just meet on Zoom. And it was interesting. I found a lot of the record was made with me kind of walking around the house or with my kids, you know, singing with me. I mean, the song Higher that you guys just listened to, that song came when my 8-year-old came into the shower when I was giving my kids shampoo and conditioner. And my 8-year-old said, "Poppy, I wrote a song." And I said, "What is it?" He said, "When you go low and I go high." And months later, I went to go work with Ryan Tedder. And I said, "Ryan, my little boy sang this song that I really thought was great." And 30 minutes later, we had the song. So the pandemic and my kids and my wife have a big impact. When you see the music video for I'll Never Not Love You, you will understand that when I say that it's the sequel to Haven't Met You Yet, I'm being literal. It is literally the sequel. And then when you see Higher and the fact that I went to Derek Huff, who's one of the greatest American dancers and choreographers, and I said, "Derek, I want to dance. I want you to make me a video where I dance." And he said, "Can you dance?" And I said, "I don't think so." And I still did it, and I still opened myself up to just take risks and have fun, and it worked. The truth is, I think it's a sequel to Just Haven't Met You Yet. I really do. I think it's about promising to someone that if they trust you and they give you their vulnerability, that you won't hurt them. That you'll be true, you know, that you'll be the time where they can trust that they're safe to fall in love. Because it's scary to fall in love. Love is expensive. Love has a great cost, especially when you really love someone, you're putting yourself at risk. And the song is saying, "Risk that for me, and I'll love you forever." The truth is, there's 3 or 4 singles that could have easily been the first single. The reason I'll Never Not Love You went first is only because I felt like Higher might be a better summer song. And I thought that I'll Never Not Love You would be really nice for sort of cold, wintry fall, and that I want to play Higher when my roof is off my car and I'm driving and I want to feel like the summer song. I don't think I chose that. I think it chose me. And I think the truth is, we all went from a pandemic when there was no, very difficult to make music or even work it. And then, before that, I had come out of, my son and just taking care of my family. And the truth is, when I put my last record, Love, out, I don't know if I was ready to come back. I was still hurting, and now I feel so good, and I'm so good in my heart and satisfied that I felt so open and so happy to make hopeful and beautiful music, and I felt like I needed it, and I feel like the world needed it in a way. So that's why it chose me. Perspective is everything. It's everything. And obviously I sort of spoke before about what we'd been through as a family, and that gave me great perspective. What I found interesting was that when the pandemic hit, I felt like it put everyone on a level playing field. And I felt like maybe for the first time in our lives, in humanity, every single person from every country, I don't care if you're young, old, rich, poor, gay, straight, black, white, we all felt the same thing, all of us. We were scared, we were anxious, our mental health became an issue. And I just felt like for the first time, maybe ever, we each needed to cling to each other for hope. And, I think perspective is something that it's given all of us. Even though sometimes I feel like maybe some of us didn't learn anything, I think most of us did. I think most of us, it's made it a smaller world. And there's so much negativity and so many things to drive us apart that I was really hoping that I could be a small part of bringing people together. It's great. It's so cool. I mean, I love TikTok because it's so much fun to just to have fun. We need some lightness, and I feel like I'm a bit addicted. I can't stop looking at it, and it's so much fun to laugh at yourself and to just have fun. And any way that I can find that I can connect with beautiful souls all over the world is something that interests me. And my wife actually is the one, she said, you should do TikTok. And I said, babe, I'm not going to do TikTok. I'm not going to. And then I started doing it. I was like, this is way too much fun. And now my wife and I are in a battle to see who can get more followers. And I think she's going to kick my butt.